you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. What I wanted to do today, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up real quick because I had to redo this video because EA was being very EA-like, I guess, to say the least. And what I wanted to do was do the 5 best players in the league overall-wise. I will say that it's the 5 best players overall-wise by EA. And then I threw in McKinnon because he was on 91 and he was younger. And I wanted to throw in, mix it up because we had Ovi, we had Crosby, we had some of the guys in the 30s. I wanted to get a couple younger guys in there as well. So we had the Ovi, we had the Crosby, the McDavid, the McKinnon, and then we had Drew Doughty, who are all the highest overall players. I wanted to put them all on a trade block and then see what we could get out of every single one of those players. See what teams would be interested in trading for them. And then what we was going to do was going to go ahead and sim up a season afterwards, putting all those players on the proper teams, not make it that way we don't have all the same, don't put every single player on the Penguins or whatever. We're going to take the players that they received. Say Ovechkin got 3 first-round draft picks. We'd give them 3 first-round draft picks to Washington. We'd send Ovechkin over to, I don't know, the Blue Jackets. Maybe they offered the 3 first-round draft picks or something. So that was how this is going to go down. Then we started doing this, and for whatever reason, the trade block just doesn't work in NHL 19. I don't understand. I guess I just haven't played franchise mode enough. I would have added it to my Christmas wish list. But apparently the trade block's just something cosmetic in franchise mode because 90% of the trades I was getting, you'll see what I'm talking about in the video, right? But what I'm getting at is I ended up only being able to do the top 3 players, not even the top 3 players, only 3 players, because McDavid's not going to be in here and McKinnon couldn't. I don't know if it's because they're younger and they're hard to trade for or what, but I literally simmed up about 12 different seasons. No lie, I did this 12 times. Never once did I get a trade offer for McKinnon or McDavid, so we couldn't throw them in there. We only did the top 3. But regardless, let's go ahead and get this started. So we'll start with our trade block with McKinnon, McDavid, and Doughty. You can obviously only have 3 players on your trade block at once, so we'll put those 3 suckers on there right now. We'll try to sim up, see what kind of trades we can get going on here. I'm sure these Capitals are going to have a fantastic season with these guys. They already had questionably or arguably 2 of the top 5 players in the league as it was in McDavid and Malkin, or Crosby and Malkin, but we didn't throw Malkin in there. Obviously a good selection. Like I said, he's a little bit older. So we wanted to try to go out there and keep it mixed up. Let's see if we get any trade offers. It looks like nobody wants our players. We're only in the preseason, of course, so that's obviously going to be a little bit different. Maybe we'll see the offers start rolling in once the season gets it going. Hopefully they start rolling on in there. Player on waivers, I'm not concerned. Regular season has started. We're looking for some trades, not looking for scouting assignments. That is something we do not need to do around here. Our team is very stacked. I should have probably turned off injuries just in case one of these guys get injured. I wasn't really thinking of that. Alrighty, we should be good to go now. So we'll go out here and we'll wait on some trade offers. Like I said, one of the things I do want to do is make sure we let the computer... No, I do not want to edit my lines. I was not actually concerned about that. I want to make sure the computer send the trades teams that actually want the players. I don't want to force the players onto other teams because we can obviously make that happen with just about anybody. We want to see what other teams are willing to give up for these players. The Leafs are 6-2. We're 4-0-1. The scouts are calling. We don't need no stanky cat scouts. We just need some stanky trades. Here's a trade. What do we got? Oh, yeah. Because I was on our trade block, Philly Grubauer in a first and a second. No, actually, you want our first round draft pick for Grubauer? No. Maybe I need to turn a surplus on as well. Maybe that'll help. We'll find out. I got faith that we're going to get some nice trades. Apparently nobody wants our players. I guess, joke's on me, nobody actually really wanted McDavid or McKinnon or anybody like that. They're just kind of like placeholders, making them look nice. You guys know how that is. We're a month into the season. We got no player trade offers for any of our studs. Nobody wants them. We even turned salary cap off because I knew how impossible it would be to deal with the salary cap in this game. Although they did say there was an update that somewhat fixed the salary cap and improved it. So we'll see how that goes too. But as for this video, we're not going to mess with it because I do know how much the salary cap does mess with it. And here's a trade for Drew Doughty. We have, oh baby, we got Johansson. That's what I'm talking about. And Samsonov. All right, so they want something. Oh yeah? You want to give us those 2 players and you want something with Drew Doughty, Washington? Listen to you guys. So they're going to give us a 72 overall, 21-year-old goalie. He's got minor backup role right now. He's an elite potential. And then Johansson, Lucas Johansson. Oh, man, he looks just like Ryan. It's like they're brothers. He's a top 4 defenseman, and that's medium potential. And he is 20 years old. That is actually rather fair trade value. Impressively so, rather fair trade value. For Drew Doughty, Samsonov, and Lucas Johansson. I said Johansson, and it's Johansson. The thing is, we're a month into the year. I do want to make sure these players get traded. So, you know what? I think we're going to take this trade just to see how it goes. If we get another trade in like the next 2 days, we'll go ahead and go out there and actually make it a little bit easier, or we'll go through trades a little bit more to see what we can get. But as of right now, Drew Doughty's fine. Drew Doughty's gone. Johansson for Drew Doughty. That just, the price just doesn't seem like it's gonna be there. Maybe Johansson's gonna do the deeds though. They're saying top 4 defenseman. I mean, we're giving you a franchise, and you're gonna give us, I guess, an elite goaltender. That's 21. Maybe they expect Samsonov to be the next big thing. Proposed trade. I shouldn't have proposed that. They sent it. All right, so that's perfect. Assistant coach, best lines. All right, so we're 1 player down. We'll keep going. We are in November, and the trade deadline is end of January, beginning of February. Is that right? It might be end of February. Okay, we know the trade. We got, yeah. Yep. This is Capitals like it went so well the first time. Let's just go out there and offer you a player we ain't got on the trade block. I got to edit the trade block. Good call. We will throw Ovechkin on the trade block, and then we will continue simming up this bad boy. That means we have one more player, I should say, and that's Crosby to throw in a trade block after we get this done. I did forget that's part of it as well. We can only put 3 guys on a block at once, which is, again, a little bit difficult, but we can make it work. It's going to be fine. We'll be all right. We're going to get some big trade offers in here. Look at the mini pens. 13, 14, and 5. 14 and 3 actual pens. Even without Doughty, we didn't need him. Team was looking pretty loaded. I mean, I guess if you lose Doughty, you still have 4 of the top 5 players in the league. I think you'll be all right. Every time that central scout calls, I think we're getting a trade. All right, so Grant for the Rangers, 4th round draft. Yeah! Oh, I thought that said first. I thought that said I was a first. I was a 7th. That could have been bad. Okay. Continuing on. I thought we had a trade block here, boys. Could have sworn we had a nice and lovely trade block, but we're not seeing the offers. Maybe they don't know we have a trade block. What was it? Was it 3 of the 4? 3 of the 4 trades weren't players on a trade block, I think. So, yeah, we might have to accept any offer we get for these bad boys. The demand's just not there. Who would have thought it? The demand for the best players ain't there. No, Rust is not a guy we want to trade. Maybe the trade block doesn't actually affect anything in this game. I'm assuming it doesn't, because we keep getting trade offers of guys that aren't on our trade block. I would have thought for sure our trade block would have been affected. I mean, I thought maybe the game was programmed to where if you had a trade block, they'd make trades for the players on your block, but it's not happening. There's a Dumoulin one. It looks like 80% of our trades aren't for players on our trade block, which is, like I said, crazy considering we have studs on a trade block. Maybe teams don't have the assets to get rid of them. I'm not really sure what to think of this right now. We're getting close to the trade deadline, and we're yet to see trades for any of our 3 studs that are on a trade block right now. 2 of them been on a trade block all year, and we're in January, and nobody's even showed interest. Nobody's even tried lowballing us. You'd think they'd lowball us or something to try to get a trade offer across, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Rustin Grant again. Still not interested in moving these guys. Nope. Try again. Stuck the trade difficulty on hard. We'll see if that makes a difference or not. I mean, no. Try again. Somebody has to want some really good players. And then Rust is not a really good player. I don't understand. All right, now you want Gensel. Okay, we're getting there. Keep trying. Somebody's going to win the race. Isn't Carlson on a 1-year deal? He should be cheaper. No, not Grant. Okay. All right, so we've learned one thing. Trade block is literally irrelevant. Okay, now you want Johansson. We just traded for Johansson. Ooh, we could add Boyu, though. Fancy. But we did learn one thing. The trade block means literally nothing, because apparently even if you have a trade block, they don't actually follow the trade block. That's kind of cool. None of these, literally one of our like 15 trade blockers is here. Okay, so we're going to sim up the year and stop, I guess, and see what happens. I guess nobody wants traded. Rust is gone again. All right. Grant still not willing to move him. Glad you guys offered like the 18th time. Nope. Last day to try it out. And we are exiting without saving. No, I did not actually want to save, but we are exiting now to try again. I have to say, though, this is the reason, like, I've been trying to think of new things to do, different video ideas, stuff that we ain't done a million times already, which seems to be the case too often or not, and I don't want to bore the crap out of you, but then you kind of, you try to think of new things to do, and you can't do them. I don't know what else to say. You think the trading block would work? Honestly, I never would have imagined this would have been a problem. When I thought this, I was like, it's something different to try. You put the guys on a trade block, you should be good to go. Turns out we just got another broken feature in the game, though, so I'm just going to try to make it quicker this time. I'll just wait until the trade screen pops up. If we get one, then I'll come back. Hey, we got a trade offer right at the trade deadline. Sidney Crosby. Should have figured I didn't have him on a trade block of the 4, and they wanted him. Let's go and take a look at this trade. Looks like we got a 1st round, we got a 3rd round, and a 4th round. This looks like a very lopsided trade. Once again, teams willing to give up their goalies. 19-year-old goalie. He's got that potential of elite right now. He's a 72 overall, 931 save down there in the minors. If it looks correct, I'd assume that's the minors. I don't think they got him playing up here right now. Pretty solid looking trade. Well, now I would say solid. It is Crosby we're talking about. And they won a 3rd round back, which always blows my mind when you're trading for a franchise player and the other team has the audacity to ask for a 1st or 3rd round draft pick back. Like, okay. But it looks like we have to take this trade because this is literally all we've had. So, there you go. Enjoy your Crosby giveaway. Have a nice time with that one. Here we go. We got an Ovi trade. It's about time. One from the Blackhawks. We got Boquist, we got a 2nd round, and we got a 4th round draft pick. Once again, these guys want to trade back from us. Some people are just a little bit too greedy for me. Boquist, how do you look, pal? Besides that elite potential at age 18, you're a 72 overall. I hope so. Time on attack, or time on ice, 25 minutes. I guess we're getting Boquist. We're getting Boquist, a 2nd and a 4th for Ovechkin. Again, I don't know. These are some tough ones. I mean, guys like their young prospects, though. People might be very happy to get some young prospects for the 33-year-old, but then again, we're talking about Ovechkin, who's on a Stanley Cup contender team year in and year out. Do you want to do that right now? You never know. All right, so we went ahead. Like I said, we was going to go out there after that big old mess. We couldn't get McDavid. We couldn't get McKinnon traded. We just left them on their respectable team. That's all we could do. But we went ahead. We went and moved, our Ovechkins over to the Blackhawks. Look at that first line. Oh, my. Patrick Kane and Ovechkin together. Why did you guys even... That's just rude. That's really all I got to say about that. You don't even need... Dang, that's nasty. You replaced Panarin. Panarin's not going to be too happy about that. Cut himself a new Russian. Then Crosby's over there playing in Buffalo. Man, they went from... Crosby just doesn't give guys a break. You went from Crosby to Malkin to Eichel to Crosby. Like, wow, not much of a downgrade there. Eichel's going to be a stud still. He's only 21. We're going to give him time. And then we see Drew Doughty over there on Washington, as if John Carlson needed an addition over there. So let's go ahead and start this season up. We'll sim the entire season. When we get finished, I'll catch you guys back here. We'll see how the teams did. Alright, so we have finished up our season. Spoiler alert, the Washington Capitals have won the Stanley Cup. Now, look what they did. They dropped Ovechkin. They picked up Drew Doughty. It seemed to work out for him. I was questioning the decision. They went out there and dropped Ovi. No cup for him. He got one already. He got his one. He was out of here. That's all he needed. It's like one and done. How about that? Take a look at the standings real quick. See how our teams did end up doing. The Stars were the top of the league. The the Chicago Blackhawks did make the playoffs. Barely made the playoffs. 97 points. I guess they had a 6-point lead on the team behind them. Still barely. I'm calling it a barely. So that did help them make the playoffs. And then we go and look at the Kings could not make the playoffs. Took away their defenseman. They had a pretty solid season still for taking away their defenseman. Edmonton, we did not see the Oilers lose anybody. Who else was it? Buffalo was in the Atlantic, and Buffalo Sabres had 103 points. They did indeed enjoy the welcoming of Sid the Kid Crosby. We'll see what the Crosby Naders over there in Pittsburgh are thinking. Yeah, the Crosby Naders, 85 points without Crosby. It did not turn out too well for them. Like I said, though, Washington, 96 points, not 100. They didn't win the President's Trophy, and they win the Cup. That's the secret to success over there in Washington. We've seen Ovechkin drop a 40-burger. He had more assists than goals. That is very un-Ovechkin-like, EA. That is not realistic. Ovi is a 50-goal, 30-assist type of guy. Please and thank you. Buffalo, Sidney Crosby led the team. He had 80 points as well, 36 goals, 44 assists. Jeff Skinner right behind him. Eichel down there on the second line didn't really put up points. I still would have thought he'd do pretty solid on that second line. 55 points, a -3. And then the Drew Doughty Washington Capitals. Burakovsky. Really? That team had so few points. They had one missing player in Ovechkin, and the offense just disappeared. It doesn't even matter. The defense was there. 51 points. That's crazy to think. Backstrom, Kuznetsov, 50 points and below. Drew Doughty had 50 points. That defense won him championships, though. I'm going to assume Braden Hope had a Vezina type like year, and he did it. Sort of. Yeah, he pretty much did. 244, 920 save percentage, 37 wins. Probably wanted to hit 40 to get him. Here's the playoff trio. Take a look at it real quick as well to see how these players or teams did advance. Blackhawks were bounced in the first round. The Buffalo Sabres were bounced by the Leafs in the first round. We've seen the Capitals were the only ones that moved by. They passed up on them Lightning. Not a tough, easy matchup, I should say. And the Winnipeg Jets in the finals. They beat Winnipeg and Arizona in the conference finals. How about that? Otherwise, though, guys, if there is actually... I lied. Plot twist. We're going to see if there's any awards won by these players. The Art Ross went to my boy Tyler Seguin. Now we're talking Petrangelo, Seguin, the Lady Bing. He's taking everything over. There's Pettersson. We expect that. Conn Smythe went to Braden Hope. Like I said, there had to be some good goaltending going on back there. The Vezina with the Price. Jennings with the Price. Char with the Mastodon. Bergeron with the Selke. Ted Lindsay, the Sagan, and then the Maurice Bouchard went to Vladimir Tarasenko. Future Blue Jacket. Supposedly he could be on the trade block. Anybody's grabbable. Otherwise, though, guys, if there is another video like this one you guys would like to see, please do let me know. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.